Hello, welcome in the Web Technology Unit lecture. I am Surindhi Srivastav, Assistant Professor from ITM University, Gwalior. Today I am going to explain about the next topic in the web technology, which is about the writing web projects. So these are the contents: introduction of web, features of web, writing for the web, the 7 qualities of highly successful web writing, process of writing for the web, principles of writing for the web. Okay, so first of all, I want to introduce what is web. Till now, we have a very brief introduction of web in the previous lecture, but still there is a requirement of the review of that introduction for easy understanding of this lecture. So I'm going to review it. So what is introduction? What is World Wide Web? A system of interlinked hypertext documents exists via the internet with a web browser. One can view web pages that may contain text, images, videos, and other multimedia and navigate between them via hyperlink. So, so what is introduction? So जब भी हम बात करते हैं वर्ल्ड वाइड की तो वर्ल्ड वाइड इज अ काइंड ऑफ कलेक्शन ऑफ वेब पेजेस फाइन एंड दीज आर वेब पेजेस इज मोर देन द document which is having the content like text, images, videos, audios, or any GIF kind of which is it means or they all are having the graphics or text, okay, in the form of whether it is in the form of audio, video, or the text. So when we are called why we are calling it like hypertext or hyperlink document, because any text which is over the web or over the internet will be treated as the hypertext, and any link which will allow you to, so you can jump to the another page from the previous one, so that particular link will provide you the facility to move to one page to another page throughout the web page websites. So basically, so this is whole kind of system it will talk about in put together all these terms like hyper text, images, videos, multimedia, hyperlinks. If you want to collect them and at the end summarize them, then they are can work like a system. They all are interlinked with each other, fine. So a web page is having all these are going to have a very impact full very impact and very much interactive towards the customers. So we have to study about in this particular lecture how we are going to manage them. We all know that these all are the introductory part of any web, and we all must have our web documents, these all like text, image, videos, and other multimedia. But we need to understand about that how we are going to like synchronize them, or we need to understand how we are going to like align them in a proper format or in a proper method. Okay, so let's discuss about that also. Okay, so next thing I would like to explain about the features of it. For okay, so how many kind of features those you can understand they are will serve a proper a very standardized web page to the customer or to the user which is going to use it. So first one is the hyperlink, another one is the multimedia, and next thing is the navigation. So what is hyperlink? As I explained before, the particular link which allow you to jump from one page to another. Okay, it's called the hyperlink. And what is multimedia? Okay, multimedia is basically a kind of method which will allow you to have in your web page audio, video, text, hyperlink, all kind of documents, whatever you want to have in your particular websites. Okay. Now next thing is what is navigation. So navigation is basically which will allow you to move where you want to move from one page to another page. It will navigate you and suggest you the correct path to visit the overall website. Okay, so navigation will come under this. Now next thing we need to understand what is a correct writing methodology for web. Or before that you need to understand what is writing for the web. Fine. Okay. So writing for online reading is basically the same as writing for print publication. Why I am saying that कि जब भी हम ऑनलाइन कोई रीडिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, तो और फॉर सपोज जब भी हम कोई ऑनलाइन मटेरियल देखते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिसर्च मैथ, लाइक मटेरियल्स या कोई स्टडी मटेरियल देख रहे हैं या फिर किसी पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, या in spite of that, if we are reading any like newspapers, we are reading or we are reading any particular kind of magazines or any other thing like that. So in all these scenario, what is the what can happen is that what you are want to write, you should understand what you like to read and how you what kind of document is provide you ease to read, then you can write. Okay, so writing for online reading is basically the same as writing for print publications. Okay, so whatever you want to publish, you want to showcase your text document or text video audio kind of document to all other customers and users, you want a kind of proper format for that, and the attractive and interactive nature, so that all can understand it very well. Fine. Okay, next thing I would like to say, what about web content follows unique and writing conventions. So web content should follow unique writing convention. It means that whatever you are writing in like you are writing in a usual way. You are write offline, like you using your text, and but on the web you have to use the video, audio, all are these things. Hyperlinks are also there. So you need to understand what the correct convention should be followed. That okay. Another thing is that so writing for the web is more about the presentation than the content itself. Okay, as I explained that it is not about what content you want to represent. It is about how you are going to represent it. Fine. There is a difference is very important, that what you are going to represent and how you are going to represent. So these both things are different. Fine. So you have to focus both of them. It means, for suppose you are your content is very interesting and very like informative and very very important to students, but they are not want to read it. Why? Because they are not find interest in it. They cannot attract themselves, or they cannot find themselves attached to that particular document for long. And what we want our website or web design should be that that the particular student or the customer should be on my website as long as he or she can be. Fine. So basically the conclusion about this particular method, that what is writing for, should be considered as a particular document which is not a very good content wise, but still it is going to have a very good representation, very impactful representation for representing their information, whether it is in the form of audio, video, text. The information should be very interactive and very informative, and plus it should be very attractive, so that the design should be that particular attractive, and all these things should be there like text. Because somehow, if just take an example of any website, to the user or to any customer, a text cannot that much attract than any particular audio, video, or more than, I would like to say, for example, a pic can say 100 or 1000 words. So when you don't want to write many words, and you want to just want your impact, your what you are thinking or what you want to inform by your document, so you can use a one picture, and a one picture is equal to 1000 words. Fine. Next, these are the 7 qualities of highly successful web writing. Okay, number 1 is clarity, relevance, brevity, scannability and the readability, consistency, freedom from errors, good integration with the site design. These all are the 7 qualities of highly successful web writing. So if you're going to write a very high successful document, you should have these all qualities in your document. Fine. Okay. Number 1 is clarity. So what is clarity here? Clarity is in the eye of the beholder. It is website holder, not of the writer. No matter how clear your word seems to you, never assume they are clear to your readers. Readers have an extremely low tolerance for unclear text, so test everything. Okay, so this is a very important thing. It means if you want to represent something in the form of web page and you are having some text in your web page, fine. The problem is that you are having your web pages in your system, in your particular perspective, in your monitor, in your device. When you're going looking to your document, your text, you are having very much clarity there, and you find that yeah, it is very clear and it will be very easy to all to understand. But this is not necessary. It means all particular system is going to have the different hardware and software compatibility. So maybe possible on another system your text that much not will be clear for them. For suppose if I'll take a very small font size and I'm going to my website, if someone going to open on any mobile phone, then that particular font size will not be familiar to them. So that font size should be that particular at that particular format that will be familiar to all devices. Okay, as much as possible. So whatever you are doing, bottom line is that you should not be satisfied earlier. You have to test it, you have to work on it, you have to revise it if you will find any kind of error. So testing of that particular work you document you have written, and testing for what? For clarity. Here we are talking about the clarity. It means how clear it is. It should be very it means it not should be just readable, it should be very clear to be read. It means if I don't want to read, but still if I'll find to catch my eye, it will attract me to read. Fine, this is very important thing here. Okay, next thing is the relevance. What relevance here? Okay, this is the another important quality of a good web page. Fine, so relevance is mean the readers expect relevant content online. Fine, if they don't find it quickly, they will leave. Means that बहुत बार हमारे साथ भी ऐसा होता है what that when we want to find something and we are very in hurry that oh my god I want to find this topic details and right now as soon as possible. What we would like to do, we just enter our keywords what we want to search in any search engine, and what we'll find a multiple random links for that. And usually what I do, what you'll do, I don't know, we'll prefer to click on first link. So when we'll click on it, so not always we'll get the what we actually want and what is actually written over that the heading of that particular link. It does happen always. When we're going to open it, we never want what we actually content we were looking for. So we have to search again and again. We have to find that okay, that particular file that is having actually what content I am searching for, and that content actually written not on the heading on the link, even the inside also. Okay, so your heading should be relevant to your content which is you're having inside your documents. Even your contents are relevant or not. Maybe possible you are having the content which is not relevant to my search or my particular criteria of searching or my particular criteria of interest or what I expect. So this is also important scenario here. It means whatever you are providing to your customer, and when you want your customer to stay on that web page for long, for very long time, what you should have that first one the clarity, and the second one has the relevance content. If you are not providing the relevance content relevant to them or relevant to their search, maybe relevant to their maybe they are specialized to some domains related to their domain related to their search. For example, if I will provide any engineering information to some medical student, so that particular information for that medical student will be completely irrelevant. Fine. So what we want to do, we want to make a website relevant also. Okay. Next I would like to explain about the brevity. Now what is brevity here? Why it is the quality of the web document. So online text should have half as many words as print text. But shorter is not always better. Cut every unnecessary word, but never sacrifice clarity for brevity. And test after you have cut. Okay, now first you have to understand the meaning of the word. What is the word? I mean, like to say, what is the meaning of word brevity? Brevity in Hindi, I would like to say in short or in संक्षिप्त जो हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं. It means online text should have half as many words as print text. So the text should be very. I would like to say that if I want to read something somewhere, if I don't have time, so I just want to jump to the conclusion as much as easy as possible. This is what it is saying. Okay, if you are doing it, it means your text or your words are very enough. It means very shorter. Fine, but that particular shorter length of para or word or text or any particular document should serve their meaning. That not should be meaningless. That not should be conclusionless. Fine. So cut every unnecessary word, but never sacrifice clarity for brevity. And test after you have cut. So somehow, if my text is very long and I want it brevet, I want it shorter. So what would I look to do? I just cut some words. Fine. I just delete some words from that particular long document. What we want to do shorter. So at that time it should be keep remember we should keep in mind that that particular whatever text we are cutting from our original document should not sacrifice the clarity of that particular document. It means it not should create that document messy, leave the document messy and not easy to understand, not able to read, not able to acknowledge. So you have to understand that yeah, brevity is required so that the people can stick to your page and understand in less time in is possible, but it should not sacrifice the clarity and brevity and the meaning of that particular text. Fine. Okay, next thing is that the scannability and the readability. So what is scannability here and what is readability? So online reader tend to scan looking for something to act on, make it easy for them. Whenever possible, break up text by using headlines, bullets, and frequent paragraphs. Good website writing makes scanning for information easier. So basically scannable होना चाहिए आपका text. Why we want scannability and why readability always there should be there, but scannability is that it is very easy to like in one time I can go through one text or any document and I'll just get the point which is they want to convey. It means that text should be that beautifully written that 5 minutes should be enough me to scan that page completely. How it will be possible? It means if you just go with the text and you are writing and going in that flow and you are not including any heading there, you are not including any, not taking any breakup text, you are not including any bullets, headings, so you are not changing paragraphs, you are not including any like what should I like to say that पैराग्राफ चेंजेस फ्रिक्वेंटली. इट मीन्स क्लैरिटी नहीं है टेक्स्ट में तो इतनी जल्दी हम उसको विल नॉट बी रीडेबल or easy readable. So whenever you're going to see any good website, you can see how text is beautifully formatted. You are having all the headlines there, all the list contains inside that headline will be listed and should be bullets in their list and should be or if the paragraph changes are required should be paragraph changes in there. Okay, so scannability and readability is required. Fine. For this is the quality of a good website, good document. Fine. Okay, next. Now we'd like to understand what is consistency here. Okay, so navigation, terminology, tone and style should be consistent throughout the site. Inconsistency tend to confuse and annoy readers. It means that yeah, you have having very good font size, you are having very good font style and you included the paragraph heading, the contents, the bullets, the hyperlinks, everything you are having in your document, on a first page, but after that when I just continue to visit the website, I am going to face it is inconsistent. Now it means one page is very beautifully designed, another one is fully renewed ruined, and it's not having the messy written. And if half page is very beautiful written, half is not written beautifully, in that case the you have to maintain the consistency so that that person want your website to be visit again and again and be at that website as long as possible. Fine. So what doesn't matter that you have included very good style and you have made very good website. You have to be consistent for it for each and every page. Not matter that you are having very 100,000 of pages, but you have to maintain the consistency of your clarity, readability, scannability on each and every page. Then only your website will be the good qualitative one. Otherwise the people not going to interested in it. So if you are having the very good method terminology for you have used for your website making, you have to maintain it till you are not going to end it for each and every page. So this is the important here. So what if just take the example of any website. So if I would like to take the example of Facebook, which you all are very familiar with. So what will happen when I'm going to jump in one page, I'll like to see a very good news feed. It is when I'm going to click on the profile, okay, it is also another very good aligned page. And when I'm going to click on my gallery messages, it means everything, all the pages are very good qualitative. So consistency was maintained beautifully. That's why I like that website. I want to be there. So this will be some qualitative criteria so that the website can be successful. So it is one of them. Okay. Now what about freedom from errors? What it is? Okay. So this is the another quality of any website. I think it is very mandatory one. It should be mandatory. I don't know what else you are think about, anyone think about, but in my opinion, this one is the mandatory. So grammatical mistakes, types and misspelling can spoil your, even ruin your reader's experience. Not all readers notice, but plenty do. It means yeah, they all are saying they. It means fine, okay, no, all of us not focusing on that grammatical mistakes. Yeah, we just like to forget if ignore it if we find the correct content out of them. But when we're working in the technical environment, when we are a technical person, we want all our documents should be very grammatically sound and very good grammatical should be there. So if it is not, then your website not up to the marks. Maybe it is good enough, but not up to the marks. And factual errors can be disastrous. Never be the sole proofreader of your writing. Have someone else. Okay, this is how it means not going to be any reader is going to find it interesting and the entertaining for so long. Okay. So good integration with the website design. So next quality in the website to write any web page should be there. The good integration with the website design. Now what it is, it means designing web pages should be a collaborative process between the writer and the designer. It means when you are going to write something, you are writing fine and you are very good content writer, you are going to write a fabulous document you are writing, but you don't have any communication with your designer. Okay, in that scenario, how you going to maintain that? Fine. So you have to understand that your particular communication with your designer should be very good, and you both should understand that what kind of page you want, and you should communicate with each other. Then only you're going to have a good page. There should be combination between designing and the content writing. Fine. So a site design can have a big impact on the text. What sounds good in a text file might be all wrong once the text is incorporated into the design. It means you are not having a good design, or you are having the good design, you are not having the good content, or your design is content and not complementing each other. In that case, your overall website will look not interested, and your all hard work will not going to just recognizable. So you have to maintain that particular quality. Why? It means if you are integrating the designing and the content writing in one document, they both have, should complement each other. This is what is important, this is what is required. If they are not complementing each other, it means there is some loophole. Okay. So how to write a compelling web content? So the process involves 4 strategies. Number 1, planning. Number 2, writing. Number 3, formatting. Number 4, editing. These 4 should be there. Now we're going to study them one by one. Okay. Number 1 is planning. So what is planning here? So plan before you write, so you can be direct and focused. So it means there's no way to do something without planning. It is the content writing or writing a web page or in any particular task you want to do, you have to plan for it at least for a minute, for a second. So without planning you cannot do it. But for website writing, it will not take a second or a minute. It is going to take a month. It is going to take a year to write a good and beautiful website content. And you can, so that you can be focused, right? You can identify all the related criteria of writing or a subject and all the aspects of that particular content writing, and you will then identify that, yeah, fine, I have written something directed and focused to what I want to focus. Fine. So before you start writing, define its purpose, audience and the timeline. What it means, जो अभी आप कुछ लिखना चाहते हैं, so first you have to identify your objective, purpose, audience आप जिनको influence करना चाहते हैं while you're writing, and your time, within what time limit you're going to write it. Fine. So why these all are mandatory and these all are required, we all are very familiar, we all can understand, in this is the common sense. Why? Because if you don't have the purpose of your task, why you are doing it? It means I am just, for suppose I am recording lecture for you all. Why I am doing it? Because my purpose is that you can have the knowledge of the subject, you can excellence in this subject, what I want to convey the message about it through it. So there is a purpose for each and everything we are doing. So obviously when we are going to write it, we also have the purpose behind it also, that why we are writing it, what is the subject of my writing, what the purpose of my writing, what the objective of my writing. Second thing is the audience. Audience means the what audience going to I want to influence, because audience will be different for all and each of text document. It means when we will consider about the gaming website, not every kind of audience going to like to game, or not every audience like to watch like game. Also there is different audience for different subjects. Fine. And time limit is also required. Then get clear on your main purpose or key message. Okay, it means what is your main purpose to write. It means you should not make it complicated and make it too like lengthy, so that you are just आप घुमा रहे हो बात को फालतू में, you are not focusing on the main reason, main purpose. तो किसी के पास इतना टाइम नहीं है आज के ज़माने, not anyone want to बेस देयर टाइम. तो अगर आप फोकस्ड और अपने मेन पर्पज और अपने की मैसेजेस को क्लियर नहीं रखेंगे, तब तक कोई आपके पर्टिकुलर डॉक्यूमेंट को रिकग्नाइज नहीं करेगा और उसको पढ़ना नहीं चाहेगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट, आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट योर ऑडियंस ऑलरेडी नो अबाउट द टॉपिक एंड व्हाट दे वांट टू नो. ओके, so what they want to know, you have to answer what they can ask, what they can know more about your topic. So you have to understand each and every scenario about your particular document, what you want to write. So these all the 4 properties you should keep in mind will come under the planning before writing any web content. Okay, next, writing. Okay, next scenario in this, the writing. These all 11 points we are going to study about the writing. We have to understand them all. First one is write in a readable style. It means the style should be readable. Okay, so everyone can read it. Everyone can easily read it. Everyone can easily understand it, grab it. Write short sentences, as I explained before. Nobody has that much time to go through your whole text. Not no anybody going to have that time to go and base their time. So you have to be focused. Your sentences should be short and meaningful, not meaningless. Okay, use common and everyday words. Why you should use common word? Because when the word will be complicated, yeah, maybe in not all of us are very familiar with this language, so some words will be maybe that not complex, so I need time to translate it. So the word should be common, so that as much I'll able to understand, I'll understand without searching the meaning of that particular word. Okay, next is write in the standard register. You have to write in particular register that will be standard one, that should have the standard format for listing the documents, for listing, for perfect font style, everything you should follow. Prefer the active voice, avoid nominalizing verb, use personal pronoun, writing conscientiously, minimize link embedded in content, use table or graphics where appropriate, create accessible content. What is active voice? When do both of can communicate. In the passive voice, when only one can serve, their meaning will be little boring. So the when both can communicate will be active voice. Normalizing वर्ड should be avoided. हमें personal pronouns का use करना चाहिए. Minimize link, because बहुत सारा link हो जाएगा तो it will create a mess. Use table or graphics where appropriate, means unnecessary हमें use नहीं करना है. Then create accessible contents. Fine. So we're going to understand it one by one. First one, write in a readable style. So web content need to be easy to read, because web users are often in a hurry to get an answer to a question or complete a task. Because as I said that nobody have that time, so everyone in hurry, in very in 1 minute want to read all, because as much as possible, as fast as possible. Fine. So your content should be very much readable, very much interactable. They may not read closely or carefully and may find it harder to read from the screen than a printed page. Think of an inverted pyramid when you write. Okay, get to the point in the first paragraph, then expand up to it upon it, but put conclusion at the beginning. Chant your new mantra. Say what you mean and mean what you say. So say whatever you mean and mean whatever you are saying. Okay, so this is the readable style of a text document. In your text document should be have heading on it, and if you are having the first paragraph, then you have to explain it very clearly. Okay, you have to think about the inverted pyramid when you are right. I will explain the pyramid also. So wait, these are the pyramid you can see here. Okay, it will come in the principle of web writing. I'm going to explain, okay, in the next video. So this is whole the scenario about it. Okay, next, write short sentences. Aims for an average sentence length of 15 to 20 words only, not more than that. It will be very boring to the customer to read it. Edit long sentence by removing unnecessary words or splitting into shorter sentence. Sentence length should vary. Length can vary, but length not longer than the 20 words. Fine, so that it will be boring. So it should be interesting and the meaningful sentence. And in within the 15 to 20 words, average. Fine, it can be longer than that, but should be meaningful, not the meaningless. Fine. Then use common and everyday words. Use words familiar to your target audience. Avoid abbreviation. It means you are including the abbreviation and you are not giving the explanation of that, like including acronyms and initialism, unless they are commonly used, like DVD instances would be fine, that all are easy to grab, but not use as much abbreviation so the people not get interest or lose the interest. Fine. Avoid non-literal or cultural uses of language such as idioms and the slang, because not everybody is going to understand it. Never use a long word when a short one will do. It means in spite of using long, if you can do with the short, prefer the short one. Fine. Write in the standard register. Mean aim for a style that is neither formal or nor the informal, but somewhere in between. Because if you are will be completely formal on the web, the people will lose the interest. So not that much formal, but at the same time you cannot be that much informal. So in between you have to standardize your document. Avoid bureaucrats, legal-less, corporate gobbledygook, and other styles that look dense and are hard to understand. These are kind of styles those are dense and very tedious to understand. Fine. Prefer the active voice. Write more directly and ambiguously by using the active. Only use the passive voice when appropriate. ओके तो हमें एक्टिव वॉइस ही यूज करना है, पैसिव वॉइस हमें बहुत कम यूज करना है. To emphasize the receiver of the action or when the agent of the action is unknown or unknown. In that scenario, you can use the passive one, but always prefer to use the active one. Passive voice will be little difficult to understand. It will just like make us to think more. Okay, that's why. Avoid normalizing verb. Don't turn verbal into nouns. Okay, for instance, use the committed should I rather than that the committed had a discussion. And this will be the committed discussed rather than the committed had discussed. This is the better one is the committed discussed. Use personal pronoun like refer to your organization using we or and our except where it might be confusing. Refer to use user using you and your unless you need to discuss between different user groups. Fine. Write in concisely. It means no one want to read word content, especially online. Provide all the information your user need, but do so without wasting words. Don't use unnecessary words such as modifiers, categories, pairs. Like in the example, completely finished, actually fact, and tentatively suggested. Large in size, pink in color, state in the country. Each and every, first and foremost, behave and conduct. In order to is located due to the fact that. So this kind of should be avoided. Okay. Writing concisely means no one want to read more content, and minimizing like embedded in content as much as possible. Okay, now I want to focus on this particular scenario, the principle of writing for the web. So writing the scannable content is going to include the highlight keyword, could be through a hyperlink or the bold. Use headings, subheadings, photos, keywords to break the page. Use bullet points and numbered list. Keep paragraph shorter using plenty of white spaces. Use simple language. It means that the right scannable content. Scannable, it means it is very easy to grab, easy to read. So it means it should contain the highlight keyword. It means it should be bold. If you are including heading, it should be bold. If you are including list in particular document, it should be have the bullet and should have the hyperlink in the blue and underlined kind of text. Headings, use photo should be there. Use bullet, as I said. Keep paragraph shorter and should be plenty of white space so that the can easily understand it. Use simple language. Okay. Front load the information. So this is to kind of start the academic writing and the difference between academic and the web writing. You can easily understand it. In the academic writing, the pyramid is like that: the introduction, background and arguments, and the conclusion. In the web writing, it will be the conclusion. First should be there in your document, because we will not give the conclusion, nobody is going to read it fully and then find the conclusion, because the conclusion they can serve their purpose. Okay, then they continue read, but if they are not getting the conclusion, for they are not want to continue it to read. Supporting information and detail related to information. This is the difference between the academic writing style and the web writing style, so you can easily understand the difference between both. Okay, so this is how you can understand it. So from this lecture, I think this will be the correct assignment to you all to debug a blog of your personal profile and include all the properties of web writing I have explained in this lecture, and I am very happy to see your work as soon as possible. Thank you. Thank you for watching.